Men over 60, are you tired of waking up 2, 3, maybe even 4 times a night just to use the bathroom? You roll over, glance at the clock, and sigh, because it's the 3rd time tonight. Your eyes feel heavy, your body is begging for rest, but your bladder has other plans. And in those quiet, dark hours, you can't help but wonder. Is this just how life is after 60? What if I told you, it's not? What if I told you these nightly interruptions are not just about age, but about your prostate quietly trying to send you a message? Think about it. You've worked hard your whole life. You've built a family, a career, a home. And now, in this season of your life, you deserve peace, not nights broken by frustration, fatigue, and worry. Yet so many men accept it, telling themselves, it's just part of getting older. But the truth? It doesn't have to be. I'm Dr. David Jarrard. For nearly 30 years, I've sat across from men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. Men just like you. Men who were tired of feeling helpless, embarrassed, and robbed of their independence. And time after time, I've seen the same thing: a few small, consistent habits can change everything. And here's why this matters: these changes don't just protect your prostate. They protect your sleep. They protect your energy. They protect your confidence as a man. Because when you're not running to the bathroom all night, you wake up rested, sharp, and ready to live fully, not just get through the day. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 simple, science-backed habits that can protect your prostate after 60. And listen closely, because the 4th one may surprise you. In fact, it's the one most men never talk about openly, but it could make the biggest difference. Before we dive in, I'd love for you to take a second and comment, "I'm here," down below. It tells me you're ready to take your health seriously and stay independent for years to come. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to Golden 70s Health, because every week, I bring you practical, science-backed advice to keep you strong, sharp, and living life on your own terms. Now, let's begin. Let's start with the first habit. And you might be tempted to roll your eyes when you hear it, because it sounds so simple, almost too simple. But stay with me, because the truth is, the way you handle this one habit could be the difference between restless nights and peaceful sleep. It's about water. Something so ordinary, yet so often misunderstood. I'll never forget one of my patients, let's call him Robert. Robert was 68, a proud grandfather, still active, still sharp. But he had one problem: he couldn't get through a single night without waking up 4, sometimes 5 times to use the bathroom. It was exhausting. His solution? He thought if he drank less water, the problem would fix itself. He started skipping glasses during the day, telling himself he was helping his bladder rest. But you know what happened? His symptoms actually got worse. His urine became darker, heavier, more concentrated, loaded with toxins that irritated his bladder and inflamed his prostate. Instead of relief, he was making the problem worse. And Robert isn't alone. I see this mistake all the time. Here's the science: when your body doesn't get enough water, your urine becomes concentrated, thicker, harsher, almost like sandpaper against the sensitive lining of your bladder and prostate. That irritation leads to inflammation, and inflammation leads to all the problems you're already too familiar with: urgency, weak flow, and those endless trips at night. Now, here's the twist, the part most men overlook: it's not just how much water you drink, it's when you drink it. Timing is everything. Most men make the same mistake Robert did. They go through their day half thirsty, sipping here and there, then in the evening, after dinner, before bed, they chug glass after glass, trying to catch up. It feels logical, right? Get hydrated before you sleep. But what happens? Your bladder fills up, and just when your body should be in deep, healing rest, you're jolted awake, rushing to the bathroom again and again. So here's the better way, the smarter way. Front-load your hydration. Drink the majority of your water in the morning and afternoon. Let your body stay clean, flushed, and balanced during the day. Then, after 6 p.m., slow it down. Don't deprive yourself completely. If you're thirsty, of course, take small sips. But avoid big glasses at night. Give your bladder a break while you sleep. It sounds small, doesn't it? Almost too easy. But studies have shown that men who follow this pattern, hydrating earlier and easing off later, can reduce their nighttime bathroom trips by as much as 40%. Imagine that. 2, 3 fewer interruptions. Deeper sleep. More energy the next morning. That alone can change the way you feel every single day. So, the next time you reach for that tall glass of water at 9 o'clock at night, pause and ask yourself, is this helping, or is it setting me up for another restless night? Now, hydration is powerful, but it's only the first piece of the puzzle. Because what you do with your body, how you move, plays an even bigger role in protecting your prostate than most men ever realize. Now let's move to the second habit, one that doesn't cost you a dime, doesn't require a gym membership, and yet can transform the way your body feels day and night. I call it the strategic walk. I remember a man named John. He was a retired schoolteacher, 72 years old. John loved his books, his crosswords, his quiet evenings. But he had one problem: his nights were being stolen from him. The urgency, the rushing to the bathroom, the constant interruptions. He felt drained, frustrated, and older than his years. One evening, after a conversation in my office, John decided to try something simple. Instead of sinking into his recliner after dinner, he laced up his shoes and went outside. Just a 15-minute walk around his block. Not fast, not strenuous, just a steady, relaxed stroll under the streetlights. At first, he thought, how could this possibly help? But within weeks, he noticed something remarkable. His nighttime urgency began to decrease. He wasn't getting up as often. His energy was steadier. And he felt more in control of his body. All from a short daily walk. Here's the science behind why. Every time you eat, your blood sugar rises. That's normal. But when it spikes too high, your body responds with inflammation, and chronic inflammation is one of the biggest hidden enemies of prostate health. It fuels growth, irritation, and discomfort. Now here's the key. When you take a short walk after meals, your muscles use that sugar immediately as fuel. Instead of floating around in your bloodstream causing damage, it's burned off efficiently. In fact, studies show that 3 small walks, just 10 to 15 minutes after meals, are more effective at controlling blood sugar than a single long workout. And less blood sugar spikes mean less inflammation. Less inflammation means a calmer, healthier prostate. But here's the common misconception. Many men think exercise only counts if it leaves you sweating, panting, or sore the next day. They believe they need long runs, heavy weights, or hours in the gym to make a difference. The truth? Your prostate doesn't need marathons. It needs circulation. It needs consistency. And even the simplest movement, a stroll around your neighborhood, a slow lap in the park, or a walk with your spouse after dinner, can make all the difference. So, here's my advice, make it a habit. After each main meal, breakfast, lunch, and especially dinner, step outside, stretch your legs, and walk for 10 to 15 minutes. Keep it light, keep it consistent, and let your body do the rest. You'll not only protect your prostate, you'll also support your heart, your metabolism, and your overall energy. Think of it this way, every step you take after a meal is like a small investment in your future. It doesn't demand much, but it pays back more than you realize. Walking is powerful, but it's only the beginning. Because the next habit, the third one, is even more surprising. It's the one most men rarely talk about, but it could be the missing piece you've been looking for. Now, we arrive at the third habit. And I'll be honest with you, it's a subject many men don't like to talk about. In fact, some avoid it completely, out of embarrassment, old beliefs, or fear of being judged. But if we're being truthful, this one habit could be one of the most powerful tools for your prostate. Decades of research, including a landmark study from Harvard that followed more than 30,000 men for nearly 20 years, revealed something eye-opening. They found that men who ejaculated more frequently, about 21 times a month or more, had up to a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to men who ejaculated less often. Now, let's pause here. Because I know for some of you, that number sounds surprising. You might even be thinking, really? Something that simple. But the science makes sense. Each time you release, you're flushing out old fluids, dead cells, and potential toxins that, if left behind, can build up in the prostate. Think of it like cleaning out a filter. If you never rinse it, it clogs, it irritates, it causes problems. But with regular cleansing, the system stays clear, balanced, and healthier. And yet, here's the misconception. Too many men believe that sexual release after a certain age is unnecessary, even harmful. They tell themselves, I'm too old for this, or, it doesn't matter anymore. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your body doesn't put an expiration date on health. And from a strictly medical perspective, ejaculation, whether with a partner or by yourself, is a normal, healthy function that supports your prostate. Now, let me be clear. The focus here is on frequency, not method. The research doesn't distinguish between whether it happened in a bedroom with your partner or in private by yourself. What matters is that the prostate stays active and cleansed. So here's my advice, don't ignore this part of your health. Don't dismiss it as taboo, or something men shouldn't talk about past a certain age. See it for what it is, a natural, safe, and proven way to care for your body. If you have a partner, wonderful. If you don't, it's still okay. What matters is consistency. I know this isn't always an easy subject to hear. But sometimes the most important truths are the ones nobody wants to say out loud. And if you take this step seriously, it can make a real difference in your long-term prostate health. Now, we've covered hydration, movement, and cleansing. But even with all these, there's still one more daily action that ties everything together. A habit that can restore balance, protect your hormones, and give your body the recovery it desperately needs. And now, let's talk about the fourth habit. This one doesn't involve what you drink, how you move, or even what you do during the day. It's about the part of your life we often take for granted, your sleep. I had a patient named George. He was 70 years old, still full of life, but he carried one constant frustration. No matter how tired he was, no matter how early he went to bed, he woke up exhausted. His nights were broken into pieces by bathroom trips, his mind felt restless, and his body was never fully recharged. Fatigue became his daily companion, and slowly, it began stealing the joy from his days. One evening, we sat down and looked closely at his bedtime routine. And the truth became clear. George thought he was resting, but his body was never entering true recovery. He was sipping tea in the evenings, scrolling on his phone before bed, and keeping a bright lamp on in his bedroom. These small habits kept his brain alert, his hormones imbalanced, and his bladder overactive. When we made some adjustments, everything began to change. He switched his tea to herbal in the morning only. He put his phone down an hour before bed. He kept his bedroom cool and dark, like a cave designed for rest. And, perhaps most importantly, he stopped filling his glass with water late at night. The result? Within weeks, George noticed fewer bathroom interruptions, deeper sleep, and mornings where he finally felt rested again. His nights transformed, because his body finally had the chance to heal while he slept. Here's why this works. Poor sleep raises your stress hormone, cortisol. And when cortisol stays high, it sparks inflammation throughout your body, including your prostate. That inflammation makes symptoms worse. It also disrupts your natural hormonal balance, further straining the gland. In short, bad sleep creates a cycle, stress leads to inflammation, inflammation leads to symptoms, symptoms disturb your sleep even more. But when you take sleep seriously, the opposite happens. Your body restores balance. Your prostate gets a break from constant stress. Your hormones find their natural rhythm again. And the bladder is calmer through the night. Now, here are the common mistakes I see too often: drinking coffee or tea late in the day, thinking it won't matter. Scrolling on bright screens before bed, letting blue light trick the brain into believing it's still daytime. And going to bed at random hours, never giving the body a rhythm to follow. Each of these might seem small, but together, they sabotage the deep recovery your body needs. So here's the simple advice. Cut off caffeine after noon. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Put away the phone, the tablet, or the TV at least an hour before sleep. And align your hydration. Drink earlier in the day, taper off after 6, so your bladder doesn't keep you pacing to the bathroom all night long. It's not just about hours in bed, it's about the quality of those hours. Because real recovery doesn't happen when your eyes are closed. It happens when your body feels safe, calm, and undisturbed. Together, these 4 habits, hydration, movement, cleansing, and recovery, can transform not only your nights, but your long-term prostate health. They're simple, but they're powerful. And when you put them into practice, you're not just protecting a gland, you're protecting your freedom, your energy, and your independence. Now, I know how frustrating and embarrassing prostate issues can be. Waking up at night, stumbling through the dark, feeling exhausted the next morning, it wears on you. Sometimes it's not just the bathroom trips. It's the fear of an accident when you're out with friends. It's the way your confidence takes a hit when your body doesn't feel like it used to. And it's that quiet thought in the back of your mind, is this the beginning of losing my independence? You're not alone. So many men carry these same worries silently. But here's the truth, you don't have to stay stuck in that cycle. Because these 4 small habits we've talked about, they put the power back where it belongs, in your hands. Hydrating smartly. Moving after meals. Keeping your prostate cleansed. Protecting your sleep. None of them are complicated. None require fancy equipment or expensive treatments. They're simple, daily steps. And yet, together, they are medicine. Quiet medicine that strengthens you from the inside out. You're not helpless. You're not destined to spend your nights pacing to the bathroom forever. Your choices, your routines, your habits, they matter more than you think. So here's my encouragement to you, don't wait until the perfect time, don't wait until the problem gets worse. Try just one of these habits today. Pour your water earlier in the day. Take a short stroll after dinner. Put the phone down an hour before bed. Even the smallest change can be the beginning of freedom. And when you do, you'll start to feel something powerful. Not just relief, but control. The sense that you can trust your body again. That you can rest through the night, wake up clear-headed, and greet the day with energy instead of dread. Your best years are not behind you. They can still be ahead of you. Full of strength, full of independence, full of moments you don't want to miss. And it begins with the small decisions you make today. So, let's quickly bring it all together. To recap, smart hydration, strategic walks, natural cleansing, and nightly recovery rituals, these are your 4 daily allies for prostate health. They're simple. They're practical. And they're within your reach starting today. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits do you already practice in your life? And which one surprised you the most today? Was it the timing of water, the power of short walks, the cleansing effect of release, or the importance of sleep? Share your thoughts down below. Your comment might be the exact thing another man needs to hear to take his first step toward better health. And if this video brought you value, if it gave you something useful or even a little hope, I invite you to subscribe to Golden 70s Health. Every week, we share science-backed tips designed to keep you strong, sharp, and independent after 60. Because your health doesn't just affect you. It shapes your family, your friendships, and the way you experience life. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like if it helped you, and make sure the notification bell is on so you don't miss the next lesson we share here. And finally, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Your health is your greatest gift, and the fact that you're here means you care enough to protect it. Stay strong. Stay informed. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.